Acosta gets mocked into next week over his effort to shill for Biden on classified docs. He can't help himself. He got a cape no matter what for the Democrat Party. We all know Acosta is a shill, is basically a Democratic operative, feigning as a reporter. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon where I talk about things I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my merch store where I have I Will Not Comply t-shirts. So check that out as well. All right, let's talk about this news. Nick Aroma from Red State, he reports that, and I'm gonna show you here the article here. CNN has booted some of their more extreme people who were acting like Democratic operatives, including Brian Stelter and John Harwood. But unfortunately for them, they haven't fully cleaned house yet, so I'm not sure that anyone is taking their transformation seriously yet. I know I'm definitely not taking it seriously because Jim Acosta should have been the first one to actually get the boot. They still have Jim Acosta on the payroll, and he's still being the embarrassing Democratic shill that he's always been. Always got on his cape. Acosta was trying to defend Joe Biden over his classified document scandal by attacking what he called the Republican take on it all. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Let's take a look at this idiocracy here.
You know, for many Republicans, the argument seems to be that President Biden is both not mentally fit to hold office, and yet he's supposed to be this, in the minds of some Republicans, this criminal mastermind who is holding on to these documents for some nefarious reason. Does that make any sense?
It's just ridiculousness. Two things could be true. He has handlers. That's why this stuff is happening. I mean, he might have dementia, like we've been alluding to, but he has handlers that do this stuff for him. I mean, that's a dumb take. Acosta claimed the Republicans' argument was that Joe Biden wasn't, quote, mentally fit to hold office, and yet he's supposed to be this, in the minds of some Republicans, this criminal mastermind who is holding on to these documents for some nefarious reason. Does that make any sense? Acosta complained. First, I haven't heard of one Republican call Joe Biden a criminal mastermind. So that's Acosta pulling things out of his posterior. And that's true. No one has ever claimed him to be a mastermind. We called him an idiot. That's why he keep getting caught doing this dumb stuff, because he's not that bright. We all know that. He goes on to say, I don't think any Republican thinks Joe Biden is any kind of mastermind or anything. So that says something about the dishonesty of Jim Acosta. I dare him to point to one Republican who called Joe Biden a criminal mastermind. Now, I think that some might believe that he could have removed documents related to Ukraine, but that wouldn't take a criminal mastermind, just a dumb criminal, quite frankly, which completely fits with everything we know and believe about Joe Biden. Great point. Like I said, he has handlers. So I mean, he knows. He says all he has to do is tell his people, hey, go in and remove these documents that I have all over the country. I mean, like he said, it doesn't take a criminal mastermind for this. But the hilarious thing about Acosta's response is he's essentially saying he can't be a criminal mastermind because he's too mentally unfit. If those are your two choices, I'm thinking that that's a pretty poor defense of Joe Biden to imply that he's incompetent. Acosta's an idiot. Taking classified documents and losing them all over the place for years is the opposite of a mastermind. And I alluded to this before. It's the same thing that his son, Hunter Biden, did with his laptop. He leave his laptop places and totally forget about it. Joe Biden doing the same thing. He leave classified documents all over the place and totally forget about it. Joe Biden left classified documents in his garage next to his Corvette, then tried to sell us on how secure that was because he locks up his Corvette. If you're keeping classified documents next to the other garbage in your garage, including the old broken lamp, and then you try to argue that's good, I'm thinking you're pretty stupid if you think anyone is going to buy this. Of course, the left is buying this. RNC Research tweeted out, here's a shot of Joe Biden's locked garage where he's hiding classified documents. So here.
You think I'm kidding? I'm not kidding. So I'm excited about it.
Anyone can get into that garage. Look at that. I mean, come on. Be for real. Be for real. But this is where they're trying to go with this. Say he was just a poor, confused soul who inadvertently left them all over the place. But that's not a defense. Let's also note that it was CNN and the Democrats who were the ones who tried to do exactly what Acosta is claiming about Republicans without evidence. There's a tweet out here from RJ who said they always sing a different tune when it's Trump, and they just showing this tweet here. People mock Acosta's take. Stephen L. Miller said, would someone care to inform Acosta that Biden wasn't locking documents away in an electrified vault in his secret underground volcano lair? He had them in a crumpled up cardboard box on the floor of his garage, which sounds exactly like Joe Biden. Exactly. No one ever called him a mastermind. That's like Amora said, it's the exact opposite of what a mastermind would do. Glenn Greenwald, I love Glenn Greenwald's work. He said, I never understood why CNN thought it would be convincing to fire a few of the most extreme Dem partisans to convince the GOP they were a fairer, less partisan network, while keeping the reporter who is the most loyal, overt pro-DNC spokesman in media, Jim Acosta. Great point, Glenn. Great point. I'm thinking CNN's effort to change is not going well. And it's not. And they're even taking hits from their own people on the left. If they were serious, Acosta wouldn't be there in the first place. He would have been like I said earlier, he would have been one of the first people fired for this bull crap. We seen how confrontational he was during the Trump presidency. And look how he is and how he caped for the Democrat Party. He is not a reporter. He's a Democratic operative. But let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, subscribe, and check out democrepublics.com for the latest news. Until next time, peace.